transgender. I look good. I look sexy. I look fine. I don't think it's gay that a straight man messes with a trans. I have dudes that know and take me out and take me to dinner, even here in Miami. The dangers of not telling is getting your head blown off. One time I didn't tell, and that situation was definitely crazy. There was this dude I was fascinated about, right? I knew he worked at this certain club. He was like a big guy at the club, whatever. Street turn educated.
He was straight, or like?
Oh yeah, he definitely had girls. So things started progressing really fast. I was getting drinks. Next thing you know, I'm too drunk to drive. And so he was like, I'll take you home. We got in the truck. We went to his house. We go upstairs. Going to the bed. We get to the business. I'm over here like trying to act like I don't want to do nothing. And it's like, the thing is, when you don't tell him, you just hope and hope until like when it comes to that point that he accepts it, he got to touching and feeling and notice certain things. And I was like, oh Lord, here it is. And instantly like snap. And goes to his back room and grabs like a AK or something. He put an AK-47 to my head. He's like, why shouldn't I blow your head off right now? Why shouldn't I blow your head off? Like, I'm literally like, am I finna die today?
Take your blindfold off. Alright, but
why you quiet?
Nah, I'm just in shock.
What you in shock about?
Damn. Okay.
Can you get 360?
Yeah, can I get 360 real quick? Okay. It's just.
Wait, huh?
What's the problem?
Nah, I'm good. I'm just.
I don't like the silence. It's scaring me. Like,
Nah. I like lace red. I like,
nails, nails,
Hell
hair.
yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Some of the features kind of.
Wait, what the fuck?
What's going on?
Nah, it's just.
Hands. What you mean the features, Brody?
Nah, like when I felt the hands, I ain't get to see them.
What the?
What the? Nah.
No.
100% woman. Out of here.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Rivah, and I am back again with a new video. As you guys could just see, you guys saw that clip of comedian Drewski when he was on Kai Cenat's platform. I reacted to that video a couple of months ago, and within that conversation, there were a lot of people who wanted Drewski canceled based off of the way that he treated the women within the video. We all saw, like you guys saw just now with the clip too, that he was like, blindfolded. He was touching her hands. He had mentioned that her hands were bigger, and then when he saw her, he was a little bit unaware of if that was a man or a woman. And he faced a lot of backlash. There was a lot of people who were, coming for him, talking about, it's only because she's a dark-skinned woman. And, just a whole bunch of foolish rhetoric. People who just wanted to say things about it because they were not happy by the way that he responded. And immediately when I saw this new headline, it made me think about that video in particular. And before we get into that, I'm going to tell you guys why. Because, nowadays when the BBLs are a trend, you redo your whole entire body, the wigs, the lashes, the nails. We're in a space where, in my personal opinion, it is a hard space where you are not able to differentiate between who is a natural born woman or who would be a somebody who is a part of the trans community. And, in that space, there was a lot of dialogue of, him being disrespectful to this woman. There was a lot of people who were upset, saying that even if that person was a part of the community, that it should not have bothered them. It should not have bothered him to that magnitude. But I think that it is important when having any conversation like these, that we are very aware of keeping everybody in the entire situation safe to their best benefit. Right? And so I want to play this clip, and then I'm going to go ahead and get into the conversation or my thoughts and my personal opinions on this afterwards.
I hate the burden of having to talk about my transness on the first or even the second date.
Wow. You would let me take you out twice Well, this
and
is
not
ideal.
say, right, and not say, just so you know,
If we met out and about, yeah, I'm more likely to hold off longer. Now, online, if I'm like on an app or something, I put it in my profiles. Like, I don't play that game.
no, but if I met you at a bar, restaurant, whatever, Raquel's so beautiful, can I take you out? Sure.
It varies, but I'm not going to be like, can you take me out? Sure. Oh, by the way, I'm trans. Like, I might do that, but I don't feel obligated to do that all the time.
It's interesting that you say you don't feel obligated.
So okay, let me just I want to go back a little bit. I want to just go back just so we can get a good look at the features of this person, right? So just looking from face value, even comparing this person to the woman before, as I said before, we never saw the woman in the previous video, like, this close to the camera or anything like that. But all we saw was all the additives, right? And, based off of the fact that woman was taller, she has a larger hand, she has larger feet, and all the additives, Drewski was a little bit confused as to what he was dealing with. But then, quite on the contrary, we have this person who's sitting right here who has on, not the longest lashes, not a whole bunch of makeup, wearing natural hair, and is presenting very feminine traits, right? Like a softer face, a softer jawline. You would not be able to, at face value, be able to differentiate if this person is trans or not trans. Now, there's a lot of people who would say, what's the big deal? What's the difference? It shouldn't matter if you're attracted to that person or not. Again, thinking of the safety of both parties involved. It would behoove the person who is in that space to thoroughly communicate prior to the person coming out to the date, prior to the person coming and sitting down with you at the table, exactly where you stand and what your angle is and who you really are. To me, this reminds me of that show, Catfish, where they go and they try to link up with the person, and then they end up finding out that it's something, or the person is somebody totally different. It is very similar in the aspect that you are not being forthcoming with your 100% your file, right? So that would be like a person who is going on a date who is married, and they don't tell you until the third date. Women would be in an uproar. They'd be like, oh my God, that's so crazy. Oh, you see the patriarchy, misogyny. Like, they would have all the trigger words to come out and talk about that, of how distasteful it is. The same thing is that women who are, into heterosexual relationships, if they were in a relationship with if they were going on a date, with a man, and towards the third date, that's when he would be forthcoming and saying that he was trans. Again, it would be very lopsided in a whole entire different conversation on social media than it is in this conversation. I think that it is a very dangerous game to play when, especially something of that magnitude. And I think that, again, in keeping everyone safe, in protecting yourself, it would be very smart and wise to be forthcoming of information. When we think about the dating market, how it is now, when we think about how a lot of women are talking about, oh yeah, brokey this and brokey that, and I don't want a man that can't do this, and I want a man who's going to pay all my bills, and I want a man who's going to do all the above. It is putting men in certain aspects or brackets where they are branching out, and they're trying to do new things, right? They're trying to take people on dates. They're trying to court women. They're trying to do things. The men who want to get married are trying to, again, court and follow the proper guidelines on how to vet properly. And if you now have other people entering the conversation or entering the race and are not being forthcoming, that, to me, in my personal opinion, it is showing a lack of respect for the men within our community, right? Bottom line. I think that it is, again, a very, I have to say it again, I have to continuously say it, a very dangerous game to play. I think it's an unfair game to play. And I think, wouldn't you want somebody to be on a date with you who wants you for who you are? Again, it seems very much like a level of catfishing. This is just my opinion on this, guys. I really want to know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on this entire conversation. If you think that there's nothing wrong with what this person is saying, if you think that you agree with me, I'd like to hear it all in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.